Hey guys, welcome to another video of MaxiAspie, and today guys I'll be talking about what I think schools should be doing to help people with learning conditions and autism. So guys, I feel that what at the moment the schools learning basis is always being, English, science, maths, and when I have these meetings with people at Parliament, I always kind of express my opinion that, throughout my career in what I do full time, I never have to use maths, for instance. English nowadays, you've got a lot of jobs are using IT, so a lot of jobs, is all to do with spell check. So if we get one word wrong, it's not so much of a bad thing because we've got spell check and technology to make sure that we are putting in the right spellings and that we're using the words correctly. So my opinion on schools is, even though English, science and maths is important, and history and all this stuff that schools teach is incredibly important, I feel that there is a missing gap in the education system, because I see a lot of people come out of schools that don't know how to write a CV, that don't know how to read a pay slip, that don't know what wage or money they should be on when they leave school, what the minimum wage is, what money they should be on, what an apprenticeship is, all this stuff. And I spend a lot of times going around to schools, universities and events just speaking about this kind of stuff. When I started my apprenticeship, I needed a maths level 2 functional skills. Now I failed 8 times. I was rubbish with maths. And how many times I used maths in my full-time job? 0. I don't use maths. I never really have to. I mean, I'm sure I make the odd sum there again, but I never need to work out the area of a room, so Dave can fix his plumbing. I've never had to use how many wives Henry VIII had, in my common day life, because it's just not relevant to what I do. So I believe what schools should be doing is still teaching this stuff, because it is important. It is important that we learn about history. It is important that we know things about science. English, it's important that we know how to write, and it's important that we know how to use the words or how to use the punctuality. But what schools I think are doing wrong is they are isolating people with conditions. The fact that the exclusion rate keeps going up every year is astonishing, because people are getting kicked out with disabilities, which I think is wrong, which I've covered in previous videos. The support obviously isn't there for these people to be able to guide them on the right path to life, and as well I don't think that they're teaching the correct things. I have seen people who hate writing, who hate learning maths, but when it comes to construction they're brilliant at it, and they listen and they're engaged and they want to learn. Mechanics, they're engaged, they want to learn. I feel that if schools really want to get the best out of their pupils, they need to start tailoring what they're teaching and start realising, okay, so Max likes to do this, let's send him on a course to do with this. The English stuff is still important, and yeah, they should still have to have their tests for it and their GCSEs, because it is an important part of life, and I encourage anyone to get the best out of your qualifications at school, because it is harder when you leave and you've got no GCSEs to get a job. But I feel like it all starts at school, and if schools start teaching the things that people want to learn about, which they're encouraged by, which they're engaged in, which they're driven by, then what's wrong with that school actually saying, okay, Max wants to do a course in that, let's send him on it. Let's give these schools the budget, the funding, the resource to be able to do this kind of stuff. And I feel that we will get the best out of our students and the pupils if they done this. But guys, tell me what you think down below, because it is quite a hard subject, as you can imagine, because I don't want to say that every school is doing something wrong, because they're not. There's some great schools out there that do brilliant work with people. Guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you for all the subscribers so far. It means a lot to me. Take care. Goodbye for now.